immixGroup is the public sector arm of Aero Electronics, and as a public sector distributor, we go to market with a unique platform of services. This platform is supported by 5 pillars. One pillar is market intelligence. And the role of the market intelligence team in immixGroup is to understand what's driving the procurement of enterprise technology in the public sector, and then leverage that knowledge to help our suppliers and their partners shorten their sales cycles. We do that through a number of different deliverables that are all created in-house by my team. And my team consists of 10 analysts, senior analysts, and consultants who are aligned via specific technology categories and specific government agencies so that they can develop a deep level knowledge of their territory so they can bring more value to our suppliers and partners. The market intelligence team at immixGroup provides a wide range of products to both our suppliers and their partners. They range from strategic to tactical engagements. Some are value added and some are fee for service. Now on the value added side, we offer webinars, 6 online webinars a year, as well as live briefings, 2 live briefings a year, one of which is featured at our Government IT Sales Summit every year. And you can think of our briefings and webinars as sort of a 30,000-foot view of a government organization. We'll provide high-level contacts, top-line budgets, broadly applicable procurement drivers, organizational landscapes, as well as actionable intelligence on funded IT programs. Now, we will attract up to 1,000 registrants or 1,000 attendees at these events, so we can't hone in too specifically on one particular technology type for fear of alienating certain companies. So we do encourage our suppliers and their partners to work with us on a more one-on-one basis. So in some cases for tactical deliverables, I may be working with a rep that came out of the Air Force and has been covering the Air Force for 15 years. There's not a whole lot that I'm going to be able to teach that rep about Air Force organizations or Air Force budgets, but we can provide them with actionable intel on the programs that they can sell to and on points of contact that they can communicate with. Now, where we spend the majority of our time, sort of our sweet spot, is in between those tactical and strategic deliverables on what's called a SPEEDY. The acronym is SSPD. It stands for Streamlined Sales Pipeline Development. And a SPEEDY is basically a more focused version of a briefing. So we're still going to provide those high-level contacts and top-line budgets, but we're going to get a little bit more granular around what the rep is looking to accomplish. So if you are a rep for Intel Security, the old McAfee, and again, we'll stick with the Air Force, we're not going to talk about 40 different IT insertion points across the Air Force. We're going to talk about the 4 that are most relevant to you. We're going to talk about Spacecom because they're getting the funding for cybersecurity. We're going to talk about the 24th Air Force because they're writing enterprise requirements for cybersecurity. We're going to talk about the Staff Level A6 because they're writing enterprise policy. And we're going to talk about the Air Force Lifecycle Management Center at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base because they're doing the majority of the procurement. Now we'll talk about programs that are being run by those organizations, and we'll finish the final SPEEDY up with a call list. Now arguably the call list is the most important piece of all of our deliverables. Since I've been tracking metrics around call lists over the last 4 or 5 years, I've noticed that the industry standard call to meeting ratio for a call list that's been created by a marketing or sales team is 0.1%. That means that a sales rep has to make 1,000 phone calls prior to setting up one meeting. And my team has done a tremendous job over the years of honing in on this process and refining this process so that we have a 4% call to meeting ratio. That means instead of a rep having to take 1,000 phone calls to set up a meeting, they're only making 25 phone calls to set up a meeting. So the goal is to arm the sales reps with information, thereby making them more effective and giving them more accurate call lists to make them more efficient. Luckily for us, there are a number of publicly available resources that my team can leverage to get information on public sector initiatives. We're constantly scouring government agency websites, we're analyzing budget documents, we're looking at program requirements, and of course we're reading policy and legislation as well. We're gathering all that information from multiple disparate sources, and we're packaging it up We're analyzing it, we're synthesizing it, and we're drawing meaningful conclusions to arm ourselves to have productive conversations with the government and users themselves. We're calling into the customer, we're meeting with the customer to help them understand what you accomplished last year, what your budgets are this year, and what your requirements are for the following year, and then we try to coax from them what solutions they want to acquire in the coming year. What manufacturers and partners are they going to align themselves with so that we can provide actionable intel to our suppliers and partners. Now, all of that information that we're gathering from those sources and from the conversations we're having with the customer is being put into our proprietary market intelligence database that we've built. Now, this database is really what's driving the majority of our products, because as there are only 10 of us, we support 250 suppliers and over 900 partners. That's what allows us to scale, and that's what allows us to efficiently deliver these products. There are a number of different consulting organizations, both focusing on public and private sector, but what differentiates the market intelligence team at immixGroup is that we have a unique focus on COTS products within the public sector. A number of big name consulting firms may publish and sell reports that tout that the government will spend $14 billion a year on cybersecurity. That's all well and good, but it doesn't really do a whole lot for our manufacturers at the end of the day. So our role is then to understand what part of that $14 billion is set aside for the COTS manufacturers, and at what level is it being purchased. So we're not just talking about the government, we're talking about an agency, a sub-agency, a bureau, a division, an office. And at the office level, not just what cybersecurity spend is overall, but what specific products are being purchased. Is it encryption? Is it detection? Is it prevention? Is it remediation? So at the end of the day, what we're helping our suppliers and partners do is be more effective and more efficient, understanding at a granular level who's purchasing what product. If you have general questions about the types of services and products that the market intelligence team provides, or how to engage with my team, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. My email address is tim_larkins@immixgroup.com. If your suppliers or partners have questions about specific engagements or about how to set up a discovery call with my team, please have them reach out to their respective account teams at immixGroup.